Hi, happy #Sunshine Saturdays. Ariana here. I am in LA once again. I don't live here anymore. I'm back in Boston, so if you want some more Boston vlogs, let me know. But I'm here in LA at the Consciousness Life Expo. And I thought this is the perfect time to vlog it. Also, my hair is red. Let's get started.
First of all, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 2023 Conscious Life Expo.
Not in the third dimension anymore, or in the fourth dimension.
I took psychedelics a few times. It was tremendously exciting. I don't recommend it, but it's
Science proved long ago that this is a holographic reality.
Out into the cosmos and I saw the planets.
Separate ways, detach your mind. Subconscious thoughts arise in time.
I am what
Energy, there is no lie. Synergy.
To have the realization to then ascend and grow the tree even further.
So there's three kinds of dreams.
Master astrologer.
We saw the visitors' ETs revealed, and it was very interesting. This guy's story of him as a kid.
I just simply asked a simple question. If there's anything out there, I'd love to know. If there's anything out there, I'd like to make that connection. I went to bed and just thought, well, maybe something a year down the road, something will reveal itself, right? Never thinking that in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning, the whole entire room illumined and lit up like the sun had touched down. And suddenly it was as though part of the house and the ceiling had dropped away somehow. And what looked like three astronauts literally came down. Now I know that just sounds so far out. You can't imagine when I finally came out of that closet 3 months later and told my parents this, the look on their face.
And he talked about all his research with the Pleiadians mostly, because the Pleiadians are highly involved in Earth at this point in time. Talking about the transition, the cycles of consciousness, that this is a great moment of transition, awakening. He talked about the spirit world, how it's connected to dreams, and there are places in the dream world that are real realms, and that the spirit world is constantly, people are coming back. Some people stay there for immense amounts of time. Some people reincarnate back instantly after your life review. So he covered a lot of stuff, and that was only the first one.
When he met the 3 aliens, he went through this light tunnel and it hurt so bad, and he woke up and he was sunburned and covered in honey.
He was covered in oil or something, and he had sunburn.
So interesting! Oh, I'm so excited.
He, like, threw up in his bed. He was so in shock.
Alright, so I was walking around, I met this woman, tree girl. She was very anti-vax, freaked me out, told me that I'm going to get Ebola.
Vaccine's no good.
The vaccine is no good, and she really felt sad.
Use your consciousness to shift into the timeline in which you're healthy. So
We can go to a different power.
Genetics.
Consciousness beats our physical body. But she really freaked me out and said that there's going to be another pandemic about Ebola. And she gave me a bunch of cards.
She was fear-mongering.
I was scared.
There's only 2 elements of reality, not this 7 tetrahedron bullshit. This is fear and love, and that's affects your whole consciousness.
Well, this lady we just saw said there was 12 chakras.
Planting. This lady was absolutely right.
Physics are proving that our reality is pixelated. Of course, the magical, mystical science of quantum physics is starting to prove many spiritual concepts that we've long known as spiritual practitioners, like we are of and from one infinite source, one infinite creator, that we are immortal beings. Within this spectrum is also 7 levels of consciousness, and these wheels are wheels of consciousness.
Apparently the 9th chakra is your oversoul, and your oversoul makes it so you're in a simulation and your oversoul is playing you, but you're playing yourself because you're in a 9th dimension. It was a little fluff, but we're gonna go somewhere else now.
We're going to be a soul traveler.
Let's be a soul traveler.
Lori Smiskell.
Let's go.
And I've gone off a 30 to 40 foot drop, hydroplaned right off it with my car. And then my car's flying through the air as my body is bouncing off like a pinball. Boom, 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 boom. Not knowing if I'd be alive when it stopped. And I go all the way down to the bottom of the gully, and then I pass out, and then I wake up underneath the passenger seat. And there's a man standing outside. And I thought about it later. There's no way he could have seen me from way up there. And here he is down here. Well, I realized later, after I thought about it, it takes a little while to sink in, right? That was an angel. And I was being protected that entire time in the car. There's no way I should have walked out with not one scratch. I just had a few bruises, and that was it.
Ben and I, we went and we saw a man channel Mary Magdalene and Yeshus, which is Jesus, his energy and her energy. And it was just really interesting because the way he would like switch between the two was like very, very different. I don't know, it was really interesting.
I often hear him say when he comes through, and I use the word and I use the pronoun he lightly, I am who I am. I am becoming that which I am becoming.
And then after that, I went to a medium, and they channeled my puppy, which was really cool. They said all this weird specific stuff about him, like his mustache and the shamrock. So it was just really cool. Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's just a fun time.
This is what Mandela effects are. You know, the whole like mirror, mirror on the wall. And people go, no, it's not mirror, mirror on the wall. It's always been magic mirror on the wall. That you go ask them at Disney, what is a mirror, mirror on the wall? And they'll go, no, it was never that. But in the German translation from 1938, Spiegeln an der Wand, it says mirror, mirror on the wall still. There's the proof in the pudding.
Welcome to day 2 of the conference. So I just saw the 7 steps to dreaming, which was really cool. And I asked her, I said, I have a lot of dreams about black bear, like a black bear, since I was little. What does that mean? And she said, I have to be more like a bear, not be afraid of people, not afraid to stand up for myself, and continue to be motherly, which was really nice.
So there's 3 kinds of dreams. I call them feedback, attaboy, or big dreams. Big dreams are ones that people remember their whole life, and they're usually a kind of a mountaintop spiritual experience that you have and you never forget. The rest of them, as I said, are just kind of like the rumble strips on the road saying, here's a pattern. When you're around that person, you seem to always do this, or that person always triggers some sort of a response in you, and you need to get over it.
Met at his paid event, so he's very excited. We'll have to ask him how it was.
It was pretty good. It was Paul Hynek he was talking about the consciousness link, about trying to find the answer of what are ETs, what are machine elves, what are ghosts.
I'm Indra. I'm from New Jersey, but I live out in Pomona. I don't speak the language that the people at this conference speak, and you know, in terms of vibrations and energy and consciousness and things, that's not the world that I come from. And I'm really struggling to connect what people are talking about here to the things that I believe to be real, which are the material and the political and the interpersonal. There's a lot of talk about the self and ascension, and it's really frying my circuits in a way that I don't usually get fried, to be honest.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Good luck with the film.
Thank you.
I'm Justine, and I'm an intuitive artist. We were painting one day, and as a little kid, and I said, "Mom, what do I paint today?" And she said, "Why don't we turn on the radio and see what song comes on, and you just paint the music and see what comes out." That was the beginning, my first experience with what I now call intuitive art. It's about capturing a feeling, an essence of something unseen and making it tangible and visible. I would sit with my client for a tattoo and painting, and I would sit and do a one-on-one guided meditation for them. What that allowed us to do was to get into those lower flowing brainwave states together. And what would happen is I could then activate the vision, and I could begin to see shapes and colors and designs flowing around their body. And what I will do is then draw directly on their skin a design, or I will draw a sketch that will be the essence, the structure for what that painting will become. So I want you to close your eyes real quick. Now the next part is we're gonna partner up. Oh yeah. A is going to draw.
Yeah.
And the A is going to hold the feeling of their energy, the
At some point I
highest,
might need it for
brightest,
drawing, but yeah.
best version of themselves. And B is going to tap into that draw.
Oh, I love it. That's so perfect. Oh, thank you so much, Althea.
And I was thinking love, and I was focusing on my fourth chakra. And I'm working with my fourth chakra. In fact, you know, on my Kundalini as well. Ariana drew me a picture. It's my Kundalini rising. It's like a step-by-step Kundalini awakening that is going to clear the block in my heart. Because she clearly, you know, pictured a block here.
So how was the Awaken Your Intuitive Artist?
It was so cool. And while you focus on your energy, the partner draws. So my partner, I was focusing on the word sunshine and like positive, fiery energy. And she drew a fire pit with stars and mountains. This is my tattoo that I have. She drew this tattoo.
Which tattoo?
My mountain one. This one.
Oh.
She drew it, which is just really cool. But I sensed, as soon as I closed my eyes listening to her energy, I heard like pillars. I saw pillars, like a small one and then growing, and then I saw like emotional block, like just like a block on top of the pillar. And then the last thing I drew was it breaking through the block. And I showed her and she's like, I have a block in my fourth heart chakra. And I just did Kulandi healing and focused on like aligning my body. So I have to break through this block in my heart and break through and I'll soar up. It was cool. She's like, you're psychic. And then I talked to the lady's mom and I drew her and she said I was psychic too because I got hers perfect. She needs a hug is what I got. So I drew someone hugging another person.
Wow.
It was cool. And then she talked to her daughter. She's like, this girl's psychic. Like, she needs to come to your school. And she told me, she's like, if you don't have enough money, like, you deserve to be here. Like, I'll bring you in for free. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Sounds like a great one.
It's like the Intuitive Art School. This one.
Nice.
You should have came. It was so cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Zafi.
Zafi?
Yes.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, super nice to meet you. And this is my little business, The Fairy Alchemist.
And so we wanted to do ET contact as like a lab, like why can't we do it? And we allow people to contact all sorts of things like, you know, God, higher self, celestial angels, galactics. You know, more people believe in ETs than God.
If you want the right person to be in your life, you have to be the person they're looking for on every level. Doing past life readings since I was about 13 years old, when I was the youngest student ever at the Hypnosis Motivation Institute. I actually started there when I was 13, graduated when I was 15, and a month later I started my practice at the age of 16, June 15th of 1969. So, and I've been doing it ever since. It's now 2023, and I love what I do. Feel yourself falling back, 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 falling back. Thank you. That's it. Okay.
I'm open to the soulmate, but I'm open to a higher purpose.
So heavy. And relax now. Relax completely. Greater suggestibility to yourself and to me. 100, 90, 80.
Day 2, end of day reflection. Which one was my favorite? No, my favorite was definitely the artist one. That one was so cool because it's like just doing art based on your feelings. And I do that all the time. So it was just cool to go to a workshop and know that there's like a school out there for anyone who wants to do it. I think we're going to go get Mexican food now, but we'll have to see what Ben thought about day 2. End of day reflection. What was your favorite?
My favorite was the consciousness link. The UFOs, elves, machine elves, and ghosts. Basically, his point was that we shouldn't be so narrow-minded just think of other planets. Like, there could be so much more going on. He heard about people meeting beings through DMT, so he's like, well, I decided to take one for the team, so I did DMT. But he said what he wants to do is give people unsolved math problems to give to the DMT beings.
Oh.
And if they can solve that, then that's evidence for their objective existence. Buddha Maitreya the Christ. I went to his booth. Turns out he doesn't actually go to the booth. He just has people run it for him. But I talked to the lady there, and I walked up and I was like, so, you work with the Christ? She's like, yeah. And I was like, so do you think this Buddha Maitreya really is the living incarnation of Christ? She said, yes, I do. I was trying to ask her questions like, well, what's his philosophy? What does he teach? She's like, oh, he teaches all sorts of things. He teaches about everything. No one speaks like him. I was like, what about these? Why is he selling these energy crystals it's so expensive? She's like, well, it's all charity. And I was like, how did you end up with this guy? How did you meet him?
They're like $300 crystals wrapped in copper.
They're wrapped in copper wire. I was trying to ask her, like, what does it actually do? She went to one of his lectures and she bought a weaver, and she said it instantly cured a wound, which at the time I thought she meant physical. Now I'm not sure, but she said it instantly healed a wound she had.
That's her proof that he's
physical.
the new Jesus.
Yeah, that was my experience with Buddha Maitreya. Oh, you know what? I want to go back and I want to ask her if he knows about A Course in Miracles.
She's gonna be like, who is this skeptic? He keeps asking me questions.
Jesus, he should know A Course in Miracles.
Yeah, but it's her you're asking. You're not asking him.
I told her, I just think if he really is a living incarnation of Christ, that seems like a pretty big deal. And it's worth investigating. Like, I honestly just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So let's talk, so before I get into lucid dreaming, let's talk a little bit about breath work. And are you guys all up for doing breath work today, like a 45-minute thing? In Hinduism and in the yogic system, many different types of breathing techniques.
I saw like the oval thing on the bottom and then the egg thing on the top, like the half egg. And there was 2 green dots in it, and one had 2 black dots on it, and it looked at me, and then the ship disappeared.
Just disappeared. And what happened to you? How were you different?
I started talking to animals.
And I had this one cat once, and I said, doesn't it bother you that your human uses baby talk? And the cat say, she needs that. It's okay. I have found about 10 archetypes in what they do for us, what their purpose is with us. Tell them that cats come into their life in order to help them become their best self.
And back back from LA. I hope that you enjoyed this little vlog. Definitely check out the Conscious Life Expo if you're interested in meditation, consciousness, enlightenment. It was a really good time and it was definitely worth it. Thanks for watching. Comment down below what types of videos you want to see. If you want to see an apartment tour, let me know, because I live in Beacon Hill in Boston and I would love to let you guys know how it is. Bye.